Before we get into this episode, I just want to send my condolences, all my thoughts and love to the family of Colby Cave, who he unfortunately passed away today, the Edmonton Oilers player. He is here in the xTech Hockey League. He's a fourth liner with the Helsinki Hellcats. It's just terrible news, but Colby Cave lives on in the xTech Hockey League. I just want to send out my condolences and all my love. It's so sad. The hockey world's crushed today, so rest in peace, Colby Cave. I look forward to facing him with the Helsinki Hellcats. You win a Stanley Cup and you get a new intro. Shout out to Andrew on Twitter who put that together for me. Much appreciated, dude. What's going on? And welcome back to another episode of your, wait for it, Stanley Cup champion Shanghai Dragons, baby. We are here at the end of GM week where we just won a Stanley Cup. Oh, baby, does it ever feel good. We ended up beating the Houston Roadrunners and Slava Zakhanov in 7 games in the Stanley Cup final. And it's interesting, I asked in the last episode if this was an NHL record for a team to go to 7 games in every single playoff round. They went up against Oklahoma City, they went 7 against Seattle, 7 against San Francisco, and then 7 against us, where they eventually lost. They just ran out of gas. Unknown Temptation says 7 games every round is an NHL record. The Kings went to 7 games in the first 3, but the Roadrunners have them beat. Boom, setting records, baby. Now, I asked you guys how you're going to spend your day with the cup. Bennett Collins, he's going to do keg stands out of the cup, Ovi style. And then Keegan with the comment of the episode, he says, I'm going to visit Adam Larson with the cup. Real recognize real. If you know the whole Adam Larson story, you know he deserves the Stanley Cup just as much as us, even though he never played for Shanghai and all of the other previous franchise modes. Every single cup we win, Adam Larson is automatically engraved on the Stanley Cup. I don't care. Now, in the last video, I was all hyped up that we won the Stanley Cup, and I thought the Vezina probably should have went to either Cal Peterson or James VEGETTI. Now, you guys talk some sense into me. The Google man, he says the Vezina isn't all about wins. Shesterkin won because he had the best goals against average and save percentage by far. Yes, I know. I was just wrapped up in the moment. Everyone's saying it makes sense, and it does. You guys are right. I was just wrapped up in the moment. But Carl, he says we all love Eddie Lack, but Shesterkin was amazing this season. Where's the respect to the man, the myth, the legend, James VEGETTI? Eddie Lack has been gone for a couple years, my friend. Carl, are you okay? Are you watching the same videos we are? Carl out here back in time doesn't know what's going on. Now, once again, I'm getting tired of talking about it, but it is the Klim Kostin debate. Robert, he says, keep Klim Kostin. He just helped you win a cup. He's a great top 6 forward. You can switch him and right around. He's a good defensive forward, and he'll get you 60 points. And play good defense and physical, too. Keep him. There's no point in getting rid of him. That's what I'm saying. And then Carl chimes in, even though he doesn't know Eddie Lack's not our goalie anymore. He says, thank you for giving the credit to the players who have been with us for so long. True fan. I don't know, you think Eddie Lack's the goalie. I'm concerned about you, Carl. And then we got a comment here from, I think it's supposed to say Thatcher, a couple X's in there, but he says, Klim Kostin pulled a William Karlsson. And honestly, you're not wrong. William Karlsson kind of came out of nowhere and had 43 goals, and so did Klim Kostin. He had 78 points, Klim Kostin had 71, and then he kind of came back down to earth. I'd say Klim Kostin's a better player than William Karlsson, just looking at the points. What's wrong with having a good 60-point second-line center? I'll answer it for you. Absolutely nothing. Richard Clay is Team Kostin, and Blaine is saying trade Kostin. All this drama in the comments. I think I'm going to hang on to Klim Kostin. He might want a bit of money, just won a Stanley Cup, but I think I'm going to hang on to him. I know there's going to be a lot of people who are saying, oh, you could get someone better in the draft. That's going to be 2 or 3 years. I'm looking to go back to back. Why would I put myself in a worse position? We already have a 60-point second-line center. I'm going to hang on to Klim Kostin. But one thing we can all agree on, JPR, he's bringing the guys together. VEGETTI is good. VEGETTI is great. VEGETTI is God, absolutely overshadowed by the fantastic postseason of Conn Smythe winner Felix Pox and Ilya Kovalchuk. James VEGETTI had a fantastic postseason. 16-8, no shutouts, but pretty good save percentage, pretty decent goals against in this current xTech Hockey League. 69 goals against, nice. I think he was the backbone of this team. Doesn't get the credit he deserves. Absolute legend. So like I said, I think I'm going to hang on to Klim Kostin. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be able to keep this Stanley Cup team intact, but I don't think it's going to be much different than this year. Now, what does Klim Kostin want? Just for fun, okay? He wants $8.5 million. That's a good chunk of change, don't get me wrong, but if we look at the money we're going to have $40 million bucks. Ilya Kovalchuk, I assume, is going to be cheap. I think that's going to come down at the re-sign stage. I can't see him wanting $5 million bucks at 41 years old. Cole Lind, we're just going to qualify him, so he's going to be relatively cheap. Logan Stanley, there's a lot of love for Logan Stanley in the comments. We bring in a guy with the last name Stanley, and hey, we win the Stanley Cup. I think he had 2 goals in the postseason as well. 6'7", 236. I love this guy. He actually had a phenomenal postseason. 8 points in 25 games, plus 11. He did everything that was asked of him. A short-handed goal as well. Things you love to see. And then Casey Fitzgerald, all these guys are going to be relatively cheap, so I think we're going to have the money to spend on a guy like Klim Kostin. He's a 60-point second-line center. I don't think we're giving this guy the respect he deserves. But let's hop into the draft. We got people saying, oh, you should move up to number 1. There's no way we're going to be able to move up to number 1. I'll just show you how confident I am. We're not going to be able to move up to number 1. The Atlanta Spartans. There was more than one comment that said, trade Klim Kostin, trade Kim Erickson, and your first for the first overall pick. I guarantee you this will not go through. Guarantee with a cherry on top. It wouldn't even work because they'll be over the salary cap, and it wouldn't work because Klim Kostin is on a 1-year expiring contract. That's not going to work. The only way I'm going to be able to make this trade go through is if I give him Brant Clark or Shane Wright. We're not screaming for a first-line winger because we have Vernasty. We're screaming for second-line wingers because eventually Ilya Kovalchuk is going to be on his way out. But we don't need the first overall pick. We know he's franchise. We're going to let him go to Atlanta. I can't have all the franchise players, so we're going to let Aguchi and, oh my god, Aguchi and Chorney. Oh boy, what's he going to be? I'm going to say 82 overall medium franchise. Okay, or 84 overall medium franchise. Oh my god, this guy is going to light up Atlanta. Oh my god, look at his skating, look at his shooting category. Curtis Chorney, oh my god, he's going to be damn good. So I don't think we're going to move up in the draft. We don't need to. I'm going to go ahead and continue on. Oh my god, 83 overall medium elite. So this could be the argument that you could say, oh, you could have traded Kostin and a pick to move up and select Paris, who's 1 overall less and only 17 years old. Damn, that would have been nice. But I see what you're saying with that regard, but how realistic is that? Plus, it wouldn't even be able to go through because obviously Klim Kostin is on an expiring deal. So even if I wanted to make that trade go through, it wouldn't work for a multitude of different reasons. So that's a sick pick there for the Utah Mustangs. The Vermont Devils pick the defensive defenseman. Wonder if there's going to be another sick forward. There is. That guy's 80 overall medium elite. Who's going to hang out with Conrad? Ooh, an 81 overall sniper. Nikolai Shorshkov. Yep, he's nasty. 5-star shooting category at 17 years old. Oh my god. Jeez, that's ridiculous. Montana, they pick the defensive defenseman. Berlin, boo. You guys pick a grinder. Oh my god, you hate to see it. All right, well, good luck with that. Tokyo picks Lowe. Trenton Lowe, what a name. And he's only 17 years old, so a lot of young kids are being picked here. We're going to go all the way to the last pick in the draft. Have a quick look, see here if any franchise goalies got picked. Haven't seen too many of those. Nice pick, 13th overall and 14th overall and 12th overall. Damn, there's some high overalls here late in the first round. Let's go ahead and make our selection. What do we need? What's on the board? We can pick a confirmed medium top 6 defenseman, Jackson Walker, Tucker Rudder, oh my god, what a name, Marty Rodney, or we have an offensive defenseman here, Wesley Madziko, I think is how you pronounce that. He had 21 points in 62 games. Martin Rudy, he had no goals in the Extraliga, so he's playing against men. We got Tucker Rudder, that's just a good old American boy there, Tucker Rudder. We got Jackson Walker, Sven Tarnstrom, Ken Samby. So what do we do here? Do we play it safe with Jackson Walker, or do we go with Tucker Rudder? I think that's the only way you have to pronounce this guy's name, Tucker Rudder. Let's go with him. 18 years old. Our scout recommends him, so either him or Martin Rodney. Let's go with Tucker Rudder. Here we go, the good old American kid, and let's see what he was overall-wise. Picked a defenseman with the first pick, and he is 63 medium top 6. So let's see what we missed out on here with Tucker. Matsiko was 62. All right, so we're looking good. Rodney was 62. All right, made the right choice there. Walker was 63. We already knew that, though. He was confirmed medium top 6. So I guess Walker or Rudder could have been the best picks, but I'm happy with that selection. Let's pick the best player available here. Looks like a couple of defensemen. We can get another confirmed medium top 6 or a low top 4 confirmed. We're going heavy on defensemen here. Tiny Lampkin. Ooh, I like your name. Tiny Lampkin, 3 years away. Got a goalie here, Jose Eddy. All right, nice name. Got a 20-year-old here, a 20-year-old center, which I like. That's another defenseman. This guy's 3 years away, Ernestio. Let's go with a 20-year-old center. I think his overall might be a little bit lower. He's still 3 years away. We've picked a defenseman last time. Let's go with Alexander Lazarev, a 20-year-old, a double overager going in the second round. That's a risky pick. Let's see what we got here. See if any franchise guys are hanging out, any even elites. We got a high elite goalie from the Oklahoma City Bandits. That's interesting. A 57 overall high elite. That's a hell of a pick. I don't see anything else super crazy. 67 medium elite. How you doing, baby? I love picking 20-year-olds. What a selection. That could be taken as a few different ways, but his puck skills are nice. His senses need work. His shooting needs work. He's a project, but he could peak at 23, 24 years old. Medium elite is nice. If anything, that's going to be a trade chip. I like that a lot. Or we missed out on a 47 overall medium elite goalie, but I think we made the right choice there, picking the Russian center. We're heavy on Russians here. We can go with Fletcher. All right, another goalie. Doesn't hurt getting another goaltending prospect. Or Noel Curry, who's a tinier defenseman, 5'9". Jonathan Fletcher, he's a decent sized handy, 3 shutouts this year, 36 wins. Goals against and save percentage aren't great. What do we got? Let's go with the goalie here. Yeah, let's go with the Tendy. Let's go with Fletcher or O'Brien. Ooh, O'Brien struggled big time. Let's go with Fletcher here. Playing for the Tri-City Americans, a 6'3" goalie, getting another goaltender in our goaltending crop. I wish it showed you what the overall was right away, so we don't have to go all the way back. But high backup. Hey, 67 overall. Not a bad selection. I'll take it. What did we miss out on here? Anyone who we probably should have picked? That other goalie was medium starter, about 47 overall. Curry was 57, medium top 6. So it was okay. Not a bad pick, I guess. Moving on here to the 4th round. We're just going to pick the best player available at this point. Clarence Gov, Cody Denny, Edgar Hunter, a 6'4" defenseman. Edgar Hunter. We got another VEGETTI, Israel VEGETTI. We have to pick him. Yes, we have to do it. 5'9", Israel. It's spelt like Israel. Israel VEGETTI. I'm picking him, no question. There you go. Another VEGETTI. You can never have too many VEGETTIs. That's something I've learned. Was that a 70 overall I saw in the 4th round? It was. Wow, nice pick from the Huskies. Medium elite 70 overall. Damn. And VEGETTI is low top 9, 59. All right, VEGETTI. Can never go wrong with too many VEGETTIs. Here's what we missed out on. Nothing super fantastic. Medium elite there for the Tokyo Ice Tigers. He's 50 overall, so that's a definite project. At 155th overall, we're going to go off the board a little bit. Pick an absolute unit. Tucker Fitzpatrick, 6'5", 226, 19 years old. This guy could be the power forward winger we're looking for. I mean, it's in the 5th round, so I'm not expecting anything crazy. Picking that goaltender's teammate here, what's he looking like? He is low top 9, 58. It's not terrible for the 5th round. I'll take it. Round number 6. All right, longest draft ever. What do we got here? Zane Belfour. Ooh, a Korea. Zane Korea. Some awesome names. Julius Eichel. Belfour, Eichel, Korea. I can never say no to a Korea. Zane Korea, another defenseman. What's he looking like? Moving on all the way back here. What's he looking like? 55, 7th D. It's okay. 217th overall, the last pick in the draft. We have to go with either a great name or a 20-year-old. That's basically it at this point. All right, I've found my guy, the last pick in the draft, Will. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you are 20 years old. I highly doubt he's going to be anything special, but the last pick in the draft, he's a medium starter, I think I saw. So not a bad draft at all. I think we did pretty good there. We kind of sped through it. We basically nailed down every single position, so let's go ahead and do the re-sign stage here. Like I said, we have 30 million bucks, so we have a lot of money to work with here. Let's go ahead and tender qualify the guys that I don't have to give a whole bunch of money to. These guys will sign for the league minimum, whatever it is, for an unrestricted free agent. Casey Fitzgerald, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to pay a 78 overall, $4.8 million, considering we're going to pay Logan Stanley less than $1 million, and he's arguably a little bit better. This is where the RFA really works in our favor, and the UFA really doesn't with the lower overalls, so we might be saying goodbye to Fitzy. I don't want to do it, but we might. What does Ilya Kovalchuk want? He wants 4.6 for 1 year. It went down. I like that. He does want an extension, so we could probably get him for a little bit lower. Let me go ahead and work all these out. We're going to go ahead and give him 4.2 million bucks for 1 year. We have to be cap conscious a little bit, but I think we're going to be all right. All right, so we're going to get all the smaller guys done here. I think everyone should be good to go except for Kaapo Kähkönen. He says he wants to test free agency. All right, that's fine. I can always revisit that after. Jansen Harkins was cheap. All these guys were cheap. Igor Korshkov was cheap. Ilya Kovalchuk says no. All right, I'll probably just give him what he wants, honestly. There you go. We have a full roster. Okay, I don't think we do, but let's check back to that. You can see we have 39 of 40. I don't know about the whole full roster thing, but we'll have to check out that afterwards. Let's go ahead and give Ilya Kovalchuk what he wants, 4.6, and then Klim Kostin, I assume it's going to be close to 8. 8.9, I was wrong, it didn't go down. So this is a position where we might be able to utilize the RFA thing. If we tender qualify him, which I'm going to do, we could get an offer sheet. That's going to be like 2 firsts. If that's the case, we might just take it, and then we're going to be out of a second line center. So we'll see what happens. I might play the long game and see if he just signs. Go ahead and advance the day. Get Kovalchuk signed. There you go. He's good to go. We still got to worry about Casey Fitzgerald. $4 million bucks for a guy. I wish I could tender qualify him. Like, I want to give him 1 year at $4 million bucks. Like, how does that work? Is he going to say yes to that? I highly doubt it. Let's try. Yeah, he doesn't want that. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to wait till free agency. We're going to wait. I just can't give that much money to a 78 overall defenseman. I love the guy. He's been one of my favorites, but I can't do it. Cannot do it. Everyone's signed. Everyone's good to go. We got to get some scouts on the books, and now let's figure out what free agency is looking like, if there's any big fish, and now what does Klim Kostin want? Might be a legend in free agency. There isn't, but 2 guys who I really wanted, and Klim Kostin now wants $9.8 million. So either he's going to get offer sheeted, we get a first and a second, or 2 firsts at this point, maybe even 3, and then we just find someone else via trade or whatever. But aside from that, I don't think we're going to do too much in free agency. I'm going to write out the team. Doesn't seem like it's a super insane crop this year, so that might be a good thing for us, but I'm hoping Klim Kostin either gets an offer sheet or he doesn't get an offer sheet, and then he's going to want like $6 million bucks. That's kind of what happens. Players want less and less as the duration of the free agency period goes on, so that's kind of what we're going to do here. Igor Shesterkin wins the Vezina and they don't sign him, you hate to see it. I know all the Klim Kostin haters are just hoping that he gets an offer sheet at this point. All right, so having a look at the team here, I see a few holes and some things we might want to patch up. First thing is the backup goalie. Should we give it to the young 21-year-old kid? He is listed as a minor starting goalie. He might grow over the course of the offseason, and he might be ready for the backup. If not, we can give it back to Varlamov, who's 1 year older and 1 overall better. So backup goalie, I'm not too worried about. We've had a 76 overall backup goalie and won the Stanley Cup, so I'm not too worried about a backup goalie. As for defensemen, I basically listed our defensemen without Fitzy right now. So we have Honka, Lawrence, Lidstrom, Eriksson, Estrada, and Stanley. So Kim Eriksson and Estrada have cracked the lineup. That's without Fitzy. Unfortunately, in a cap world, I'd rather pay a guy who's 2 overall less, $925,000. That's kind of the ideal contract. So, I think even when he wants a contract extension, he's only going to want $1.6 million. So, I mean, realistically, I should probably lock this guy up for 8 years, but that's kind of my plan. If I can get a better defenseman, I will. In free agency, I'll see what's out there. Now, as for the offense, Pox, Wright, Vernasty, we're going to try out that. Lind, Kostin, and Kovalchuk. Now, I'm penciling in Kostin right now, and then we got JFK, Philstrom, and X. I say X because I would like to get a third line scorer. Let's have a look what's out here. We're going to go forwards, check out wingers, third line wingers, or it could be a centerman, doesn't really matter. We kind of play players wherever at this point, really. Maybe 80 overall would be kind of nice. I don't mind paying $3 or $4 million bucks. Let's see what's out here. Let's sort by overall wise, not by contract wise. Henrik Borgstrom for $9 million bucks. Now you're looking at a guy like Henrik Borgstrom, all right? I mean, would we rather Henrik Borgstrom than Klim Kostin? He puts up better numbers. Ooh, I didn't even see Henrik Borgstrom here. We could go all in and just trade. Ooh, okay. We could stay away from Klim Kostin and offer Henrik Borgstrom a bunch of money. And if Klim Kostin signs, great. We just have another player. Maybe we could throw him on the wing. Ooh, I really like Henrik Borgstrom. He's a two-way forward, which is nice. He's a great second-line center. I wish I knew what was going to happen with Klim Kostin. I really wish I had an answer. I think, oh man, this is really where I want to get a Discord going so I can ask you guys real quick on the fly. Ooh, Henrik Borgstrom. Where did he play? Where has he previously played? With the Comets, and they've been okay. He's had a couple playoff appearances, only one actually, so they haven't been that great. Oh man, Henrik Borgstrom. He's listed as a second liner. Ooh, should we offer him 10 million bucks? He's a better player than Klim Kostin, and he wants the exact same amount of money. He wants $100,000 more for 2 overall better. We have the cap space. He only wants 3 years. We can offer him. Ooh, there's 2 other teams interested. I mean, if we don't get him, great. We can still fall back on Klim Kostin. But if Klim Kostin does sign, that might not have the correct amount of cap to do so. It's a $10 million player. Oh man, I don't know what to do. Aside from that, I think I found our third line winger, Paul Bittner, a big power forward who puts up pretty decent numbers. I like this guy a lot. We're going to go ahead and get Paul Bittner. He's a power forward, so that might work in our favor. Plus, he's super, super cheap. We're going to go ahead and give him $1.3 million, couple $100,000 extra. There you go. Now, I'm worried about Henrik Borgstrom. That's the only thing that I don't know what to do with. $4.9 million is a going rate for a player in Fitzy's category. I see what you're saying. A part of me really wants to just stop the video right now and let you guys decide, and it is the end of GM week. I said I wanted to keep this video a little bit shorter for everyone who hasn't watched every single video yet. I don't think I'll be able to sleep at night not knowing what we did. So Henrik Borgstrom, $10 million for a second line center, and if we get an offer sheet for Klim Kostin, that's just draft picks in the bank. We have the money to do so right now. 10 million, 10.1 for 3 years. Oh my God, I just did it. Okay, Henrik Borgstrom, we offered him a contract. Now we wait. Oh my God, what did I just do? Okay, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. If we can get an upgrade on Klim Kostin, I don't know if he's going to sign for that because there was a couple other teams interested. There might be, Isaac Radcliffe. We can basically just acquire his rights. I don't think that's going to work because we'll have to sign him. We don't have $11 million. So is Henrik Borgstrom going to sign? Paul Bittner, he says yes. I think it should be on day 5. My heart is literally pounding. What are we going to do here? Okay, Henrik Borgstrom, I decided to go to a different team. Now, what did he sign for? That's interesting. If I was to send him, what, a couple $100,000 more? We offered him 10.1, so he signed with the Ice Dog. He signed for $20,000 more. See, this confuses me. Why would you go to a team? Is he going to be their first line center? I guess he is. I guess that makes sense, kind of. All right, well, back to the drawing board, I guess. Let's see if Klim Kostin gets an offer sheet or if he's just going to sign. At this point, we're basically just going to go to the start of the year. We're going to say goodbye to Fitzy, unless we can... Okay, Cole Lind is good to go. So if you qualify a player, you have to give them exactly what they made last year. So obviously, he signed for what he made, which was 6.3. I thought it was going to be a lot cheaper, but then I remembered that rule. So Klim Kostin could sign for, I think it's 6.8 or something. How much cap do we have? Actually, we have 17 million. So if he is going to sign, we're going to give him exactly what he made last year, or I could give him a little bit more of a raise. We'll check back in a couple of weeks. Klim Kostin, all right, there you go. It kind of resolved itself. I believe this signing will be good for myself and the franchise. All right, so I think it's what, 6 or 7 million bucks? I forget what he signed for. Klim Kostin, 7 million bucks. So that's more reasonable. That's reasonable. We played the long game and we won. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So Klim Kostin, pencil him in the lineup, and welcome Paul Bittner. We basically have the exact same team. I know there's some people saying, oh, I want Klim Kostin gone. I want Klim Kostin gone. Deal with it. He's here. He's a Stanley Cup champion, and the whole Henrik Borgstrom thing didn't work out, unfortunately. I'm just wondering what these guys' plans are with these restricted free agents. Maybe there's a cap problem in the NHL, because we were just offered Isaac Radcliffe for basically nothing. I don't have $10 million. Well, I do, but I'm not going to throw all my $10 million at him. I assume there's going to be a decent amount of defensemen available still once the season starts, so we're going to go to the start of the season. I'm not going to make any moves until I talk to you guys. That Klim Kostin situation kind of figured itself out, which was kind of nice, to be honest with you. We're all good to go. We have a new third liner. We got offered a trade for Thomas Hickey, making $11 million. No thank you. I wonder how long a player can be a restricted free agent for, because those guys have been there for a long time and they are still not signed. They haven't played in 2 years, which is just so wasteful. Pox Vernasty Honka, I don't see a reason to change it. There you go. Let's have a look at the lines here. Now, it's not going to be perfect. We're definitely going to have to change some things up. Let me worry about all this. I really wish this gave it a +1 or a +3 or anything, really. Let me change some things up here and let's get this year started. Who do we have scratched? Colby. Oh my God, Colby's scratched. I gotta do some work here. Give me a second. Alright, so everything is all good to go. I still have to worry about the power play, but I'll do that off camera. The only line that concerns me is the first line. I wish I had a +3, a +5 would be so nice. Give me a +1. How do I make this work? If I change them around, we've got playmaker, playmaker, sniper. What if I made Shane Wright a two-way forward? Would that help it out? Let's do some testing here. So everything else looks all good to go. It's not perfect, but everything's in the green, which I like. Paul Bittner, he's going to fit in quite nice. Defensively, we're going to go Brant Clark and Logan Stanley. So here's what I'm saying. We got an offensively minded D with a big defensive defenseman, Logan Stanley. This guy could wear a letter for our team pretty quick the way he's been playing. We got Estrada and Lawrence. I decided to play Kim Erickson with Julius Honka. Gives it a +3, so the young kid's going to learn from the best. And then between the pipes, talking about learning from the best, the young rookie, Pavel Nichushkin, nice little 4th round pick, going to learn from the best in James VEGETTI. And then scratched, we have Gustav Lindstrom, because I'm not sure if Estrada is going to work out. We're going to give Estrada a little bit of a trial throughout the first 9 games here. Our AHL team, we have to just simply go like that. Boom, bang. I got to fix this. Oh my goodness. That's not good. Starting lineup, have a look at their offense. Looks pretty good. Giftopoulos, he's making his debut. And then Korshkov, unfortunately, gets demoted down to the American Hockey League. Now, what if, hypothetically speaking, we were to change over Shane Wright to a two-way forward? Would this affect his play? Would this affect his points? I don't know. Maybe I'll make him a power forward. Is he really a power forward? He's not that big. Let's make him a two-way forward, and let's see if that changes up the chemistry. I don't think we should change like Vernasty or anything. He's a perfect playmaker. But looking at next year here, the contract situation could get a little bit hairy. Honka, Wright, Costin, Clark, Lind, gonna have to be shoveling some money out for next year. So does changing him to a two-way forward make any difference? It doesn't. Okay, what about a power forward? Just to try. I'm not saying we're going to stick it. On paper, this line should be perfect. You got a premier goal scorer, a premier playmaker, and then Vernasty, who's just an absolute animal. I mean, Shane Wright is 6'3", could be a power forward if we want him to be. I really don't like messing with player types. I know I said it in the past, and I'm actually doing it right now, which is something I don't want to do, but let's see if that helps it out. If not, I'm going to listen to you guys in the comments, but yeah, not looking good right now. Hopefully that lineup gets a +1, +3, +5, please. So it does give it a +1 if we make him a power forward. Does it make sense? Maybe. His stats are ridiculously all over the place. He's got 99 strength. What do we do? I don't know what to do. I'm going to leave it like this for right now. Let me know if you think we should make any lineup changes. Kim Eriksson's making his NHL debut. We are fresh off a Stanley Cup. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for all the continued support over the course of GM week. It was a fun week. It was an exhausting week, even though I'm on quarantine the whole 9 yards. It's still a lot of work to put these out every single day, but I'm excited to take a couple days off, and we'll be back better than ever. I know not everyone can watch the videos every single day, so this is for the guys who haven't watched it all. Do yourself a favor and watch the previous 6 or 7 episodes if you missed out on GM week. Isaac Radcliffe and Taylor Radish are still restricted free agents. That's so annoying. I'm going to wait a couple days, gather all your guys' comments, so if you don't usually comment, maybe this would be a good time to do it. You're going to get recognized, and I will see you in the next one.